self-doubt. And to be honest, it has never brought me down. No, 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 no. I'm really glad I'm not walking around believing my inflated ape brain figured it out. And suddenly you realize that everything you ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Like and I'm really glad I don't take part in your big search for who you are. And I don't care that I sound arrogant, but knowing who you are is just for amateurs. And suddenly you realize, yeah, that everything you ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Oh, still everything you ever thought you were made me cry. To be honest, it made me wanna die inside. And I'm sure I did, but just a little bit. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Yeah, and suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Still everything you ever thought you were made me cry.
Everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Smash that like button for me, helps you with the algorithm. I like to say hello to Loops. Hey there, Loops. Lynn Smith. Hi there, Skinny Queen. Welcome. Join the panel if you want to. Grateful Life, Cappuccino, Dwight Cookie, Nikki Chuckles, Fluff Maria, Skinny Queen Reacts, Mrs. Floopa Booty, The Star That Fell, Cherry Stealer Girl, Tiny Ghost, Melanie Sass, Leanie Bo, Shelly Ray, Cake is Corner, Sarilli, NH Girl, Annie A, Val Loves J. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hi there, House of Hannibal. What is up? All right, so there's lots to talk about. Let's talk about the two police officers, detectives that came to see Dee Dee and went down to the police station to talk for more than an hour. We got to talk about that. It seems Nader is worried. I actually still have to check if there's anything else on him, which I really need to do, but I thought she wasn't actually going to be on about 11 a.m. I think maybe the earliest she would have come on was 1 p.m., but then she surprised me with her early morning stream. So I really wanted to do the BDSM stream, but out of nowhere she's on. Hey Suzanka, hey Savitri, hey there practicing Stitchcraft, hey there Valos J, Lugia, Frank G, Tawanda, Farida, Doai Cookie, Sandy Shores, hello, welcome everybody. Oh, well, thank you. Melanie says, hey, Grateful Life, apostrophe, she's going live soon. I would think she would. I don't know what happened with her internet, but I would say, yeah, she's going to go live soon. She's posted an hour ago, Chubby Vet PTSD, showing Sam on her community tab. I don't know what happened with her phone. Most likely, it probably is out of battery, but how can you have your livelihood run out of battery? Because if you're going to use your phone to stream, you got to make sure that your battery, you got to be cognizant of your battery level. And it seems that is not something that she does. Hey, Jackie H, what's up? Hey, Lynn. Hey, Julie T, what's up? We got Kathy Ann. Hey there. All right, so let's go. Join the panel if you want to. There's other matters at hand. What can I say? Still waiting for Sam's Bar Lounge to drop more content, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to put it. The last time they dropped chapter 3 part 3 was 3 days ago, so timeline should be they're going to be dropping anytime soon. My latest video explained about the whole Jessica Messica thing. I don't there's a reason why I will not want her on the panels anymore. I handed an olive branch yesterday and she decided to talk shit. Well, it seems she is in a years long relationship and she wanted to come on my panel and tell lies to cover up because she didn't want it to get out what she was doing with Nader El Shami, which really isn't my business what she's doing with Nader El Shami. My business is don't use my channel and my panels to tell your lies. That's the only problem I had. If she wants to tell lies, then she can tell lies, but tell your lies on your own channel because you're not going to put it lies on here. Thank you, Melanie. Appreciate it. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, exactly. She needs a battery pack. But didn't she buy? She bought a battery pack. Remember that haul? Was it like $137 or $157 battery haul? Like, what are you doing with your money that you're doing these battery hauls? That was the first time she went to Rock and Rond about a month ago. And let me try and find it. It was the charger haul. Okay, $157 charger haul. The first time she went to Rock and Rond, and then she had Vagisil as well. But she was, styling and profiling June 28th, 2022. So what happened to those that Belkin charger? Hey Nancy C. Yeah, she bought two, didn't she? So what happened to that? Oh, that's pretty cool. The walk around that area Buffalo is really nice. She gave the battery pack to a lover. I mean, I can believe that. Have you seen the left title of his new video? No, I guess he's upset that I blocked him. Let's see. What's his new video? Monty's a loser. Call me racist. Okay. All right. Oh, she's live again. Oh boy. Styling and profiling like Ric Flair. Woo! Okay. She's live again. I figured this would happen, but you know what? I'm not on Foodie Beauty time. I'm on my time. So what we are going to do is continue this for however long this is, and we're going to add Skinny Queen. Hey, Skinny Queen, what's up?
Hey there. Hi, Monty. Hi, chat. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I actually missed. I didn't see. Well, I just heard about Dee Dee taken into questioning. That's pretty crazy, huh? 2 hours?
I guess so.
Wow.
No, it was like they said over an hour.
Okay. That is, yeah. He should be nervous though. Mm-mm. Um, so you said you didn't have a chance to look up and see if he was actually taken.
No.
Yeah. So did you see did you see the part where Dee Dee said that her mom was so impressed by Nader and his ability to lift her? And she kept, yeah, when they went to the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say about that? I gotta still take a step back and think, hey, she could be lying.
That's true. They all do lie, don't they?
Yeah, so I can't really, unless they have some proof, then, where's the proof?
So were you gonna do the BDSM panel?
Yeah.
Is that today or
I'm actually not sure. Probably maybe tonight, because I have to prepare certain things in case there's nobody comes on, so we at least have like a decent stream, and then we can plan something for another time.
okay? It would be very interesting because I don't know a whole lot about it. I mean, I know from things I've heard, but I don't know a whole lot about the lifestyle myself, so it'd be something interesting to learn about.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
I'm always interested in learning about different things and people and everything.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
so, um, yeah, I just wanted to come up here and just say hello to you in the chat, and
Hey, Bunny Melon.
I hope you're
Yeah,
doing okay.
yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, if
Um,
anybody else wants to join, then come on up. I mean, there really isn't much to really talk about
well,
unless,
yeah, I was watching her stream earlier. She's very, she was kind of boring earlier, so it was hard to get through.
Mhm.
And then I watched your replay a little bit, and that's where I seen you talk about Dee Dee going to the police or the police coming to her actually rather. And she said she walked home from the police station, so I wonder how far it is from her house.
Yeah, I wonder. Hmm.
And I've also been wondering why Dee Dee doesn't drive. Does anybody know that?
I have no idea why she doesn't drive, but you could say in Montreal, you really don't need to drive.
Okay, so everything's pretty.
Well, it depends on where in Montreal you are, of course. Okay, yeah, based on the police station, that's local to her. Yeah, it's a walk. You don't need to you don't need to drive to where she is. Is that true, Mayomai? I can't confirm this. Legally blind. Marlene is like alcoholic. Well, those are two good reasons to not be driving. Hey, Zayla.
Right. Well, I guess what I was wondering is if her privileges may have been revoked because of that. That's what I was just wondering. Because,
Right. I have no idea on this. I can't confirm anything, but a lot of people is saying it's because of her eyesight. So there you go.
oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Is she legally blind?
I can't confirm that because there's so much hours of Nader streams that I've missed. I just get the gist of everything. Hey Zayla,
Me
that
too.
yeah, somebody else has to confirm this. Maybe Gary, because Gary is like watching those streams or reacting to those streams. There's just no way somebody can really do like sometimes 20 hours in a day of streaming between her and him.
Oh, right. I mean, Foodie Beauty alone
Hmm.
monopolizes a whole day. So. I just wonder. I know that, I didn't know if you heard or, yeah. So, woo, we're just waiting for Sam's Bar Lounge to drop another one, I guess, and see where we go from there, right?
Yeah.
So there is really not too much going on then. So what do you think about her and these lovers and the fact that every time she hooks up with one, she's done with them right away?
Fake lovers, fake bullshit. She needs a new storyline. She ain't Sagittarius shoddy, and she's been done this for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Hi,
Curl
Erie.
Connections.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, not much. I agree. I don't think these men actually exist. She's just making up stories for attention and to throw people off.
Yes, absolutely. And I actually think that I still think that she's seen Nader when she went to Montreal. I just have a feeling, because she's very low energy today. And do you remember when she used to when he was living with Dee Dee and she used to see him, she'd be all excited to go see him and excited. And then the next day, she'd be like super low energy. She just has that energy that she used to have when she knows that he lives with Dee Dee.
Well, I mean, let's look at it, right? So on the day that she allegedly had that hotel date, um, Dee Dee was out with her mom, who was having surgery. And for some reason, Chantal had to be out of the date by 9 p.m. Does that make any sense?
It
I mean,
doesn't
who's
to
gone
me.
on
Because
a
visiting hours.
Oh, yeah, maybe you are right. I don't know.
who goes on a date, Monty? Like we've all dated, right? Who's ever been on a date and the person says that you're dating, like, well, the date has to be over by 10 o'clock. I've never had that happen to me. Usually you just kind of go with the flow and see how things are going,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've had one person try and slot me. I was like, no thanks. You're not gonna slot me for any type of dating. That is
Yeah,
Right.
not
it's
happening.
that's exactly what it is, slotting, right? Because then basically that to me tells me, like, okay, so you have a date after me. You're speed dating today. No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Don't ever let somebody do that to you. It's a total disrespect.
Or she was referring to the visiting hours. The hospital ended at 9, and sometimes I think she's talking about Nader when she's talking about these guys and just makes up different men to still be able to talk about them without getting hate.
All right, I have a confession. I'm gonna say it. Before I met my husband, I was a slotter. Okay, I would speed date. I would do like 3 dates in one night and then stick with the one that I preferred. Yes, I'm a bitch. You can say
Well, nobody is saying it.
it.
Hey,
It is. It's kind of a bitchy thing to do, isn't it? But I was young and dumb, right? We're not talking about a 38-year-old person doing this. I was like, college student young.
Well, yeah, of course, there's gonna be a lot of nuances to this. If you're younger, a lot of people date around. You know.
yeah, and then we learn as we get older. I mean, when you're younger, it's a different scenario.
Yeah,
And
Right.
exactly.
so another theory could be that he's married with children, if it is an actual guy.
Yeah,
Hi. I
but
never show my face, so I just
Oh,
wanted to say hi.
hi. I love your hair.
Thank you. Okay, sorry, didn't
You
mean to
look
interrupt.
gorgeous today, girl.
Thank you.
Very, very pretty.
I was just working and I saw that you were on. I'm like, oh heck, I want to come on and talk about our horrible dating life.
Right. But honestly, like when I was doing it though, like I wasn't sleeping with these people. I was like, okay, so there's my lunch, there's my dinner, and then there's my drink date. And sometimes lunch was fun, so I stuck with lunch and canceled on dinner and drinks, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, when you're young, and I mean, I'm sure that the guys you were dating, might have had other things going on too, you're young. You're trying to like fill the waters and see who you really want to talk to and spend your time with, right?
Right.
It
Okay,
sounds
so
efficient.
when I first moved to Mexico, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, but when I first moved to Mexico, I decided to break a 4-year celibacy streak. um, so I went on Tinder and I started meeting guys because I needed friends and because I wanted to hook up. So I understand how she's talking to so many guys because at one point I had like at least 20 guys that I was talking to, right? Like it's so easy with Tinder because all these guys are just looking to get laid, right?
True
But
that.
the problem is that the way she talks about these men is like it's a dating app. Like she's like a relationship app, you know? And it's not. It's not at all. And it is not hard to get a little nookie here and there from Tinder. Like it's about as easy as logging in, matching with someone, and hooking up immediately. It's just like Grinder, right? Tinder is Grinder for the streets. It
And that's
really
why she
is.
goes there, hot ass, because she knows, like, let's call it what it is, right? It's a hookup app. People that are
Yeah,
usually on there, it's because they want to hook up. So they're not exactly picky on the person that they're hooking up with. It's easy to get
exactly.
a date, and that's why she goes there. She couldn't make it on Plenty of Fish or any of the other sites because those are people who are actually looking for
Right.
a
And on
partner.
top of that, she's fat fishing. Like, and as a fat girl, I can say you're fat fishing because she is. Like you saw that picture today from Garlic. That her pictures, her filters are not reality. So of course, if a guy is expecting to get laid, he's gonna meet up with her and be like, oh, fuck it, I might as well, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Right.
and never call her again, which is why,
Mm.
she's like, oh, he was so great. And then you never hear about it again.
Hi,
So,
Mm.
Natural and Curl.
hi.
Hi,
Hello,
hello.
hi
Hi.
everybody.
Hi,
Hi, I didn't say hi
ladies.
before.
How are you
Hi.
all?
Hi,
Looks like
Hi,
you
Cookie.
missed a
Joe.
lot while I was away. I missed a
Mm.
blackout, which I didn't. I thought somebody had actually blacked out. I didn't really.
Oh, you got a
Uh,
shout out though, Natural Ginger. She did a really good impression of your accent while she was driving the other day.
Well, I heard that she was dissing the English ones. So maybe I should do it in my sports accent, then she can understand the word I say. Yeah.
Maybe I should do some fish and chops and sound like I'm from New Zealand.
Yeah. I also start speaking my Scottish fast. Yeah.
Mm.
No,
Mm.
yeah, she was coming after everybody. I mean, we do have lots of English. I bet it was an absolutely shite attempt at our dulcet tones over here. Or was
Yeah.
she good? Did she actually sound English? British?
Like a stupid Canadian trying to sound British, but not really pulling it off. Yeah.
Oh, we shite.
It was
So
absolute
she is.
rubbish.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
God,
just jealous.
yesterday was so amazing not having to talk about her or even see her.
So let me get this straight. A lot of people were saying that we're just not going to react to her. They're not going to raw dog her streams. And I take it she wasn't happy.
Oh, she was mad. Did you guys see the little clip I put on my channel? She was
No, I haven't
so.
seen it yet.
Oh, Monty, play it, please.
I still talked about her. It's not that I had nothing against the blackout. I just still wanted to talk about her. No, I don't make money
Aries,
off.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
Who?
Erie.
What I do.
Oh,
I was speaking to you in chat the other day, and I said it like 4 times, and you ignored me.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, it's
Because
because
I don't
usually when
see
I'm in
No, I
chat,
know.
I'm
I'm just kidding.
multitasking.
Fight,
I'm
I'm
just
so
fight,
kidding.
sorry. Love
fight,
you.
fight.
Love you. Love you. Love
I
you.
know. I'm just kidding. It's a lot of people who be in chat,
So
and
the
you
quick
probably missed
recap
it.
to be happened is she salted that there was a blackout, and she's been getting laid by all sorts of gorgeous men who all want to date her again and go for a second shot. Is that
Oh,
oh
look,
true?
there
yeah.
it is. Yay.
That was the thing I wanted to add too, is that I was trying to pick the hottest guys possible when I was doing my Tinder thing. Like, just because, right? Like, if you're just going to bone one time, you might as well pick the cutest. And it's not fun. Like, it was fun for literally a couple weeks. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done now. Like,
Yeah, it sounds like, to me, it sounds like a total nightmare. I'm totally old. You see, they might look great, but a big thing about a fella to me is they've got to smell right. And I'm not talking about everything like that. It's their natural body smell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You can
agree
be
with
hot as
you.
anything, but unless
With a little
they,
aqua di gio and sauvage thrown on top of it.
well, yeah, that helps. But unless they actually smell good, I mean, a guy could be Brad Pitt could come. Okay, yeah, shag Brad Pitt if he smelled bad.
I'm sure that
But
Brad Pitt doesn't smell good, if you want to be honest. He seems like the kind of guy who likes to not shower a lot.
well, that's
You
good.
know?
I don't mind that. I like a bit of like natural pheromone. But if
I
a guy
totally
doesn't
understand what you're
smell
saying.
good,
Natural. I'm the
Yeah.
same.
a
Yeah.
man has got to, for you to have that connection with them, it doesn't mean that they smell good to other people. It smells good to you.
To you, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you think, oh, they're really nice, and you walk up to them and you're like, or you kiss them and they don't smell bad at all, but there isn't that there. So, and then, so
I have to
sorry,
be
I'm
with
not
a
going
guy
out
who knows.
on a date who doesn't smell how I want them to smell, and how I do want them to smell. I can't describe. I just know it when I get away.
Well, it's a pheromone thing. You know, some people say pheromones are blah, blah, but it's totally true. You know, it's like all of you that are married, right? Like your husband, you catch a whiff and you're like, your whole body just goes, you
Not
know,
every day.
like
I live in Australia.
not every day, but you know, it's those moments where you know, like, you know, they don't smell good, but for some reason they smell good.
You know what's
I
funny
have
about
to
that?
agree because my
Because
husband comes home from work and I'm like, let me smell you. I love you.
yeah,
Working strong
look,
man.
my husband came home. My husband came home yesterday, and he was all sweaty and stuff. And I still came and gave him a hug and wanted to give him a kiss, and like none of that mattered to me. He didn't smell bad or anything, and you know,
Right. It's that
I don't
homey
know.
smell, right? It smells like home. It smells
Yeah,
like
it
home.
smells. It's like a familiar smell, even if they're a new man. If you recognize that smell deep down in your DNA, then you think, yeah, I could jive with this person.
Yeah.
I'm a big one for smells. That's why
Yeah.
I'm getting
Me too.
offended that
A
Foodie Beauty is
6
so horrible.
A 6 can be bumped straight up to an 8 or a 9 if they smell right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And then they have to have a great personality. You know, you have to be able to mesh with them. You have to be able to have great conversation with them. Chantal does not know how to have conversation.
Yeah,
she barely knows how to have
that's
conversation.
true. You've got to be able to talk to them, haven't you, Cole? They've got to smell good. They've got to be able to make me laugh. If I can't have a man that makes me laugh, forget it.
And they can't, for me, they cannot take life
intelligent.
too serious, you know? Like, you have to be able to laugh at the BS in life. If you get serious about every bad thing, that's not going to last very long.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, humor really turns me on too. I love a guy with a great sense of humor. Because
I need
laughter is everything.
consistency. someone who I can rely on, depend on, and I know they're going to be where they say they're going to be, and they're going to do what they say they're going to do, and I know that every day it's going to be like that.
But I suppose a hookup, you don't need them to be reliable. You just need them to have underlying. Yeah, it doesn't matter how they look. You know, like I quite like a big. I like tall men, and I quite like them a bit chunky with extra flesh on them. I must admit, some people call me a chubby chaser.
No.
There's nothing.
I understand that.
Like I'm a bit portly.
Yeah, I like a little jump in the trunk.
A dad bod.
I like them. I like my men that's more I guess hefty, not fat, but more broad, and you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean.
What do you like in a guy, Monty? You tell us.
What kind of girl do you like, Monty? What's your girlfriend like? In general terms.
I bet they have to smell good. I bet Monty
or
likes
he's not even listening.
He's
like, the chickens are talking, I'm out.
No, I think that I think the basis of the concept is that we need to know the person before we can get intimate with them. Like even if it's just a couple of dates,
That's true.
I just can't allow. I don't know if it's anybody else, but I have an issue with just letting anyone into my space, into my physical space. It's a safety thing for me. And if I do it too soon, I always regret it, especially if they turn out to be losers, because I'm like, ew, I let it touch me.
Well, it's like what Foodie's been doing. She's been going to, she's been traveling to men's houses she hasn't met before. She's been talking to somebody over the phone, whatever, and she's gone to somebody's house, or they've met up at a hotel room or something, and it sort of brings it to a very, you're going there for a purpose. It all seems very forced to me. It's not.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's not. It seems very forced, and I can't think of anything that would be more of a passion killer, because you're there in a situation with somebody, and then you get a whiff of them, and you're like, oh God, no, oh no. She's putting herself in dangerous situations. I know a lot of people do it, but to me, it's a massive, massive passion killer.
But look, why is every man she be with, is something wrong with them?
Because after they bone, they leave. If it's real, if they actually hooked up, it's because they hooked up and now the guy's done. Like that's Tinder, and that's what I keep trying to
quit them.
I know, but that's her ego.
Wrong with,
just like she says, her and Nader broke up because of her. She chose to break up with him, or she chose to not get the house with him. Right? Like it's just her ego does not allow it.
Very true. She's always breaking up with somebody. It's never the other way around.
Right.
Has she said that these guys? Is she saying that, they're really, really keen to meet her again and she's going to meet them? Or is she saying she doesn't like them and she's not going to meet them again? And you've just...
It always starts out that she really liked them and they're going to meet up again. And then all of a sudden, he was too pushy, or there was this, or, it's a problem. There's a problem arises after she realizes he's not going to meet up again.
Yeah. Chantal, they're just pervy fetish shagging. That's what that is. It's not because they like you. It's because of what you represent.
Right. And that's what I'm... So from my line of work, right? Like from my past, meeting up with guys like this for that quick transactional type thing feels like work to me. And if I'm going out with someone and it feels like work, like if I'm only going to the hotel to hook up, that's work and they need to be paying me. The other day, like she was supposed to hang out with this guy and have this great night, but then she ended up going to dinner alone, and then going to the hotel for the quote unquote date. That's a escort. That's a escort. I'm sorry. That's work. That is work, and you should be getting paid for that. But whatever. Maybe she is.
About her she was saying, though, wasn't she recently, Biznatch, that she wasn't going to sleep with them on the first date? Well,
right, and immediately she does,
Lies.
There are no dates. There are no they're not even whining dining. It's just 69ing, isn't it? There's
Right.
any whining
If
and
there's
dining.
any men, if there's anyone she's going out with.
Oh, I can believe that she's getting huffed by people who totally
Yeah, if
want
she's
to
really
shag
on
her.
Tinder, she can get it.
They
No
don't
doubt.
I
like
think
her.
she's looking for that spark to ignite. I think she thinks she's playing it like a numbers game. If I do 50, at least 2 of them have got to like me, and at least 2 of them are going to light a spark, you know, that
Now,
instant
Chantal.
love feeling. But I
I
think
mean,
she's
I'm
just
not
playing
gonna
the
say
numbers at
people
the minute.
haven't.
Go ahead.
There's been people that have met their mate on Tinder. It's very rare. But you know, they're just out basically, Chantal, to, you know, hump, pump, and move on to the next one.
Were you
So
going to say dump?
Yep. Pump and dump.
Yep. Ugh.
Literally. No, that's with my little stint when I first got to Mexico. I did it, and then I magically met the perfect guy for the situation. That was my ex, the one I dated for a year, that was a stripper. He was perfect for what I needed to go out, to have some fun, you know, that kind of stuff. And so it was so perfect. I did meet him on Tinder. I got lucky. But it didn't last long. It wasn't like the forever kind of thing. It was a fun dating situation.
Maybe she's excuse me, maybe she's getting a reputation now in the mean streets of pervdom, that she's around and about. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know how these things work, but she's not going to find Mr. Foodie Beauty, is she? She's not.
The problem is the way that she fetishizes them too.
That's true.
You know, it's not just that they're fetish. I guess maybe she thinks if they're going to use her, she can use them back, kind of thing. I can, you know, kind of understand that, but I don't like that they all are named by the supposed country they're from, and that every single one of them is Middle Eastern. You know, every one of them is. It's just
young, successful, hot,
yeah,
tight-bodied.
It's just weird, and it's so cringy and uncomfortable when she talks about them.
Like, you know, I think that that's her dream fantasy man that she wants to marry.
Well, she can have them.
This hot. He doesn't. I don't know if he has to be young, but he needs to be a successful middle. I can't say Middle Eastern man, and that's why she's always coming on live telling everybody, "Oh, this hot man just took me out, and there's Mercedes and
such a firm body,
dinner, and he's paid." And the first thing, he's paying for everything. One thing I've noticed about people like her is when they start talking about, when they say the first thing, "Oh, he's paying for everything," it's the opposite.
Right?
She's paying for everything.
And I'm convinced
she's going to be flexing as well, isn't she? She's totally going to be flexing. Oh, she can have but then again, you've got to understand that she thought Nader was hot, so that's the standard. She'd go. If any of you saw these guys, would be like,
yeah, I know, right? No, like, I'm convinced her and BB did not have a sexual relationship. By the way that she talks about these new positions to her, the sideways, and she just learned how to scissor, and like, I'm just like, did you and BB not live together and sleep in the same bed? These are like normal,
how is
like,
that new to her. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
New?
And I'm like, if you lived with this guy, how many times, anyone who's lived with a person, you don't want to do anything, so you just scoot back. Like, that's it. That's lazy sex. We don't call it side by side. We call it lazy. But it's normal in a relationship. Like, totally normal. And she's like, have you ever tried this?
Like a little kid.
She used to say she used to drive BB mad with that bent over shagging position. I don't know. It was just there was some weird.
It's just, yeah, it's weird for someone of her age to be like
So
this is all new to
inexperienced.
her.
She's inexperienced.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't believe that her and BB had much of a physical relationship based on, and even her and Nader, based on the way she's talking about these things now. Like,
Right.
you
Well,
know,
her and Nader at least had some type of, well, yeah, you know, the threesome and the whole STI fiasco with them too.
Let's be honest, Foodie isn't a flexible person, and this has nothing to do with her weight. It just has to do with the fact that her stomach is hard.
Yeah, it's a beach
not
ball.
It's soft stomach.
Her body's like a beach ball.
So she can't do things that she claims to do because physically her body can't bend in the direction that she's claiming that she's doing these things in.
That's right. She couldn't do, she said she can't do missionary because she props the fella up to. I imagine Nader burning his arse on the ceiling light trying to do missionary.
You guys, can you imagine how gassy she is and trying to do these positions? I mean, she would be.
Lord.
That's such a turn off.
No.
And don't let a Pringles top come from under her fupa or something while they're in position.
No, we're just being haters now. We're just jealous. We're getting all this hot action for all these fellas that I wouldn't entertain. I would scream my head off and cry for a million years if I had to have sex with any one of these men. So she's getting it, you know. So isn't she? She's getting it all the time, isn't she? Do you think she's in her head?
Me personally, I think she is getting some, but not all the time.
Just the tip.
But it's not not satisfying to her. She's not getting out of it what she wants. So that's why,
worship, doesn't she?
Yeah, what she's looking for, she's not going to find in the type of guy she's looking for, you know? And that's, I don't even know how to. She just needs to broaden her horizon and maybe not talk about them till she's been on 2 or 3 dates. I mean, I know she's trying to go for the Sagittarius shorty, you know, Tinder chronicles, but it's not cute. Like, I don't think any man finds it cute. And most of her audience is women, like at over half. So she's like, I don't know, alienating people by her actions. It's just icky.
She wants to look a certain type of way.
Yeah. I think the concern also is that there's long-term, because she doesn't have good mental health. That's quite obvious and clear. This could only be damaging her further, her self-esteem, her self-worth, her self-respect. And I mean, if you're in a healthy mindset and you're going about this in the right way and checking your mental and sexual health and taking care of all those things, her scenario is not bad. It's not awful. It's not wrong. It's just the way that she's executing this is not healthy in any shape or form. And I'm just concerned that this is actually going to harm her more than she thinks it's going to help her get her confidence back. I think it's going to start feeling very hollow and very shallow, and she's going to start feeling worse about herself the more time she gets rejected by these men who are using her up.
She needs to realize that if these men are real, we have to keep in mind, if these men are real, they're just using her for one thing. And it has nothing to do with how she looks. It has nothing to do with anything other than she's a whole.
Yeah,
that's
it's what
willing.
she represents, isn't it? Yeah. It's what it's the fetish, the perv of it.
Yeah.
These guys would not want to take you home and introduce you to their mother or their sister or their wife.
Exactly. Yeah, like
the
other day he had to have been married. If it was real, he was married 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
What is up with her going out with this married man? That's not cool.
Oh, she's really going out with a married man, or one of them was
Well,
married.
she
One of
said
them was,
if he
yeah, one
was,
of
she
them was
wouldn't
married.
care.
Oh, Chantal, that is naughty. That is very bad. You never mess about with anyone else's man.
She wants to steal someone away like Dee Dee stole her man.
All right,
So
enough. Yeah,
you
yeah.
actually,
She just
don't
wants to
understand
feel
that.
something.
She don't understand that the way you get them is the way you lose them.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm.
It's just you just don't mess around with anyone else's man, whether
Exactly.
whether they're in a partnership or whether they're engaged or whether they're married. It's just not good form, Chantal. I know you don't like women.
Well,
Even though
if
you
we're
say you're a
being
little bit
honest,
gay, even though you say you're a little bit gay, you don't like women, but don't mess around with anybody else's partner.
if we're being honest, that's how she met Nader. He had a girlfriend. She came in.
That is true.
And that's how she lost him to another woman.
Exactly. How you get them is how you lose them.
That is so. So she actually said he was married. Wow.
She don't care.
I can't. But and was that some sort of weird flex? Did she
I
pull the
don't
rat face when
I don't
she said
know.
that?
Her video
I remember
was,
her. She said she didn't care if he was married. I'm not sure if he is.
her video in
You
her
should.
video when in her, I think it was in the title of her video, one of her videos, and she was talking about the guy was married.
Oh, Chantal, don't do it.
See,
Don't
that
do
to
it.
me is straight up, yeah, you need to pay me. If you're married, it's a transaction. I'm sorry, my mindset
But
is
you know
different. I'm
what?
sorry, ladies.
All of them are transactional.
Right.
All of them are.
See,
Except I think
my
she's the
first
one paying them.
Yeah.
My thought goes to she's had chlamydia, gonorrhea, and something else in the last 6 months, and now she's slept with a married man, and then he's going to go home and sleep with his wife, and she's unknowingly maybe going to pick up something from him, and that's the bit that makes me angry, is because his wife has not waged in to sleep with Chantal, and she has slept with Chantal vicariously through him.
Yeah.
Now she would be the last person I would choose to sleep with.
That's right. You know, Chantal, there are so many
yeah,
men out there,
not,
aren't there, that are single. There are so many single men out there. Seriously, Chantal, if a guy even says he could be married or he's got somebody who's his wife is abroad, just don't do it.
But it's probably part of that's what piques her curiosity, is because he has another woman and he wants Chantal so much that he's going to sleep with her despite the fact that he's got a wife. It would feed her ego.
Again, that was my job.
Yeah.
Like it's there's a lot of them out there who want that, you know, I can't tell you how, like she was saying, I was the biggest girl. I heard that all the time. That was part of my selling point.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do that for free, though, would you?
Heck no.
You wouldn't do that in your personal life.
No, that's my point. Like, I know that mine and her mindsets are so different, and mine is different than most people, but still, I look at that and I'm like, no, they're using me, but they can use me if they want to pay me. Like, if you want me to be your fetish, pay me. It's super simple, you know?
No,
I
and
know.
I totally
I always
agree
put
with
it back
you,
onto the
Hannah.
husband.
Sorry.
I have no affiliation to the, like, I don't, I'm married. I wouldn't, if I was single, I would never go with a married man. But I always put it back to the person that's in the relationship. If he's willing to go and do that, that's on him. The single person, if they know and they hook up with the married person, it's not their fault. It's the married person for seeking it out.
Right.
That's where my
Yeah.
fault lies.
Oh, I'm not
That's
saying there's anything wrong with doing it as part of work, Hospice Natch, because you're not wanting to go with that fella to have a hookup and have a feelings and loving relationship from that.
Right.
That's
exactly, but that's what the way she talks about these hookups and stuff, it sounds like work to me.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It literally sounds like a transactional experience that should be paid for.
Can I just
okay?
Advertising herself falsely.
I think Joanne want to say something, guys.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was trying to find a pause break where I could kind of jump in, but I didn't want to interrupt because you guys are more common here than I am. But I just wanted to say something about the fact that the last time I actually watched anything Foodie Beauty related, she was talking about everybody on Monty's panel and how ugly they were. And it kind of hurt my feelings because even though I've only been on his panel once, I know for a fact all these women up here are beautiful. I've seen Erie, I've seen Hot Ass, I've seen every one of them, and they're beautiful. And look, I'm ugly, but I want to just say this. I may be ugly, but at least I got a full head of fucking hair.
Girl, you not ugly. What are you talking about?
You cannot listen to her when she's talking smack.
You are not
because
ugly.
Everything she's saying about us is against herself.
I know.
We make her feel inferior.
You are not ugly, Joanne. You're
naturally
beautiful.
curly hair too, okay?
Yes, Joanne, you are beautiful.
No, I appreciate it. I feel like you're just saying that to make me feel better, and it's
no,
fine.
ma'am.
Girl, I want that hair. Shut up.
We're
No.
not going to make them feel better about themselves.
Mine's real. It comes out of my head. This is real. This ain't a
Why? Who's been saying bad stuff about you?
No, I'm just saying that's what Chantal was saying about y'all's panel, and I'm like,
well, she can't see.
Oh, we don't care what she
exactly.
says.
And I'm just like, okay, so fine. I'll show my face. Look, I may not be the prettiest, but look,
well,
I got hair.
I don't show my face, but I've got a black eye at the moment, so I'm definitely not showing.
Well, I mean,
who have you been fighting with, natural?
Me.
I know.
I did it to myself.
Oh no!
How did you give yourself a black eye?
It needs coloring at least, but the fact is, I have a head full of naturally curly hair. It never stops growing. It seems
your hair is beautiful too.
Thank you. That's why I said, like, for a long time I never knew how to take care of it because I'm the only one in my family with naturally curly hair. At least to this extent. Like, my sister's is kind of wavy, but mine's actual like curls.
It's beautiful.
I appreciate that and thank you, but it just made me so mad. That's why I kind of wanted to pop on for a minute. I'm just like, well, fine, Chantal, here. You got something to say about this? Because at least I have natural hair.
She always goes for people's looks, though, Joanne. You never worry about never worry about her opinion because her opinion is shite about everything. And she could, if she wants to think us all of being plug ugly, you can. Yeah, we're all total monsters, Chantal. If that makes you feel better, how's that? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother any of us because we know she's just a shit person.
It doesn't bother me personally because, like, I've only been on once again, and I've never showed my face except for Monty, so he knows that the person coming on is the person that matches the PFP. However, it just makes me so mad because I've seen some of your faces, and you guys are beautiful women. Monty is a handsome man, and it just makes me so mad when she looks like Uncle Fester, and that's an insult to Uncle Fester because I love the Addams Family. But she looks like Uncle Fester, and she has the nerve to sit there and call out y'all's panel.
Right. And she just does it because the things that we say, she knows that the things that we say are true, and she needs to listen to them. But instead, she feels attacked by everything that we say. Instead of listening and taking the advice, she feels attacked. So the only reaction that she knows how to have is to call us ugly, call us fat. Like, okay, that doesn't change the situation. That doesn't change the words that we said. Our looks mean nothing to our opinions.
And here's the thing.
They're not connected.
But you know what?
We're all ugly. We're all 400, 500, 600, 800 pounds. And we're all mad spinsters that have got absolutely no life, who are completely obsessed with it. Yeah, whatever. If it makes you feel good to think that about us, you can. It really doesn't matter. And don't get mad at Chantal. She can't help it. Just think how she feels. She's Chantal.
It's funny because you see her entire, like, her little VIBs gassing her up and being like, oh, they're losers. They're ugly. They don't have... Excuse the hell out of me. Like, no.
Like,
because
no, I'm right there with you.
Look at y'all, Viv, sitting there gassing her up and talking crap on us when the same thing could be said about you. I think you're all fucking losers.
And here's the thing. I'll admit, I have a double chin. I got it right here. And it's fine. And
everybody has a double chin.
But I've always loved my
depends
eyes,
on the
my
angle.
color.
Yeah.
that I've got a head full of hair, whether I like it or not. I don't like having curly hair. It sucks. But look, at least it's attached to my head. It is my natural hair. It's not a wig.
Exactly.
But wigs are fun though. I really want to
Yeah.
start playing with wigs.
No, I'm
but
not
Me
saying that
too. I
there's
just have a
anything
big
wrong with
head.
wigs. I just want to make that
Yeah.
clear. But it's just, with her, it seems like her whole way
Her
of
whole
venting and insulting is about looks and this. And I'm
yeah.
Yeah, like a kid.
It's just like her life. She's shallow as fuck. Like
Just like a
everything,
child.
everything in her life is shallow. Everything is shallow. Her relationships with people, everything is
And then if
shallow.
it's not our looks, it's what we are as people, or the
Right.
fact that I've got a British accent.
Yeah, you're British. How dare you?
I could call racist. I could call racist. Would you say the same to an African person or an Indian person, Chantal? Actually,
No, because
probably
then
you
she'd want to
would.
bone them.
But no,
I think it would be more so the
triggered
correct
by her.
term. The correct term would be xenophobic.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
it's xenophobic. Yeah.
Correct terms,
Yeah.
arsehole.
She attacks our looks because it's the thing that she is most vulnerable about. That's the
Yeah.
thing that hurts her the most. So she throws it at us thinking that that is our soft spot, our Achilles heel, and it bugs the shit out of her that it isn't. We could not care less what she says about our looks because we
Like
get
when
affirmations from ourselves. We get affirmations
Right.
from our partners. We get affirmations from the people that we know. But it's not the thing that's most important to most of us. It's one small part
Her
of
big
who
thing
we
against
are.
me is that I was fat, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm
Tell her
pretty
something
open
she
about
doesn't
that.
know. Tell her
Right.
something she doesn't know, and think of it something more inventive. So she'll come up. I've got plenty of money. I earn a good wage. Do you know how much money I've got, Chantal? Really? Do you? Do you really?
I mean,
You think
as I've
you're
told y'all before, I have a job where I'm a CNA where I actually help people in need. I mean, I'm not saying that having, being on YouTube isn't a job, not a respectable one, but I actually take care of people that need me. And I'm also
Well, technically, so do I.
No, you're right.
Sorry.
No, you are very right. I'm not.
It's just, you just have to realize that whatever comes out of her mouth doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't take anything she says personally because that's just who she is. She's a bitter, shallow person.
She's a pit viper.
I hope that she does find some inner peace at some point. That would be great for her. But
the only
when and where, who knows?
Is when she's on a hospice bed.
Right.
The thing is, though, you just don't get angry with her, Joanne. Don't get
angry with her. Don't get mad about it.
Ginger, I apologize.
Just laugh at her and don't do that.
But I wasn't angry because of myself, but I was angry because I know that I've seen the faces of some of y'all, and I think, especially Erie and Hot Ass, y'all are some beautiful women, in my opinion.
Thank you.
And it just makes me so angry that somebody's so bitter and shallow, as Hot Ass has said, and somebody that looks, again, like Uncle Fester when she doesn't have her wig and makeup on. Like, how... Like, you have to have some insane levels of audacity.
No, it's delusion. It's not audacity. It's delusion.
Delusion.
That's all it is.
Because she probably does deep down feels that she is way better than all of us. And that's okay. We'll just keep laughing.
I think deep down, she feels worse than all of us.
I know.
Because, look, I have a lot of self-hatred myself. Like, I hate looking at myself in the mirror. I do want to... But... I still get up, I go to work, and I try to help do what I can. I still have issues of my own with depression, anxiety, ADHD. I have all kinds of issues.
We all do, girl.
We all do.
Yeah.
Exactly. But she to be so delusional to like make up this, look of herself in her own mind. And it is actually a science that, the way that we look at ourselves in the mirror, the brain does kind of like edit it, to make ourselves beautiful. It's a science. I kid you not. There's a study
No, that's her Samsung that's editing her
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
so do we think that, let's get away from the talk of looks, because we're all plug ugly and we wouldn't know what to do if we had any beauty, let's face it. So let's change the subject about beauty. It's something we'll never know anything about, because
Oh,
Chantal is the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world. And everybody wants her. Even I do.
Oh,
apparently.
natural.
me.
One
Oh,
last thing
wow.
before we change. I want to say this. Like, seriously, guys, everyone, please. Like, there's going to be times, especially online, because like I said, I've only been interacting in social media and YouTube since 2019. And in the beginning, I did get trolled pretty hard. People came after my looks. They edited photos. It was pretty nasty. And it did impact me confidence-wise, because I've never gone through that. But as time went by, I could care less. You know, you realize it's just someone else on the other side of the screen who doesn't want to show their face that's making fun of you. In this situation, Foodie knows exactly what she looks like, knows exactly who she is, and
do
she's
you
just
guys hear the
throwing
demon
dirt.
voice? I'm sorry, hang on. Do you guys
Yeah.
hear the demon voice too?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
good.
Foodie,
What
is
is
that
that?
you?
Oh my God.
You,
Is there, my
Foodie?
I mean, I
reception is
hear
bad.
you
Do I
too, but
sound
I
like
was
a
hoping it wasn't
demon?
me because I didn't
No,
show my
there's like,
mind.
it's a demonic voice in the background. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
When
heard
was
I'm
that. I
talking?
talking
mean,
while you were
I
Yeah.
heard that
talking.
too.
Yeah.
I was on
Yeah.
mute
Get
and
the
I didn't hear
hell
that.
away. That's
God,
that
it
food.
feels
They're
like that
still
Get
blood
doing
away
it.
from me.
That
It's
is
still
so
going on.
weird.
I
I've
think you're
never
having
heard that.
some feedback from you, Erie.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
think
drop
she's.
out, y'all,
It's a
because my
voice with
No,
reception's
I'm
the
bad.
voice.
sorry. It
I'm
just
sorry,
sounded
Erie.
so.
But before you go, I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry about the people that did that to you, and I want to say that from what I've seen of you, I think you are a beautiful woman. And I know you're a good friend to Gary.
She's a
And
beautiful, beautiful woman.
yes, she is, and she has been
Mm.
ever so thoughtful, because I've had some issues that I felt really bad about, but I brought up to Gary in chat like early on before he like blew up as popular as he is, and Ari and everybody else were so supportive. So
Aw.
you're a beautiful person inside and out from what I've seen,
Yes,
Aw,
she
thank
is.
you.
and never change.
She
Thank
really
Please
is.
you.
never change.
I love you guys. That really means a lot to me. It really does. You have no idea how much that means.
Well, I'm glad I can do something good today.
It sounds like she's trying to play the bass.
It sounds like
I gotta
that.
go. I
You
gotta go.
got.
I love you guys so much. I gotta go.
Love you too, Erie.
Bye,
Bye.
Erie.
Bye. I just kept hearing this demon voice, and I'm like,
Boom,
what
boom.
is that? Like, is
Well,
it me?
Well, since Joanne had to show her hair, I have to show mine. I'm not done with it yet, so be patient with me. I'm still over here tackling these curls, but you know I always
Well,
get it together.
I'm not showing my face. It
But
takes me to see. Look at
see,
you.
Oh my gosh! And you have a septum piercing too. I didn't show
this is
mine,
what
but I have
real
septum
hair
rings.
looks like, Chantal. Not wigs. This is real
That's
hair, honey.
cool.
I love
This
it. And you have a
is
septum ring. I didn't show mine, but I do have a septum ring, a piercing. I've
I
got
You
am
one.
so
are a
jealous of all you
oh
beautiful
guys'
really?
person,
curls.
Yeah, I have
girl.
one.
This is real curls, honey. No, nothing processed. This is my own natural hair that grows out of my scalp.
Beautiful.
Again, I have your email copied down. I just haven't done it yet because there were some things that came up in my life. But still, I would like, especially if you are good with hair, and I know my hair texture is going to be different from yours.
Yeah. Well,
please
you know,
forgive me. I'm not trying to.
my hair is actually a little looser than like some of my other family members,
Okay.
but like Chantal, can you do this out your head?
I would like my curls to look more like yours, actually. If I'm going to have curly hair and I can't straighten it every day, I'd like to have more.
Yeah, but you can't control the tightness of your curls, though. You might have bigger, looser curls. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But for a
Just got to
long
work with
time,
your own curl pattern, I think.
when I was in high
Yeah.
school, I was going through an emo goth phase, and I kind of still am, but I would get up in the morning like 2 hours ahead of time just to try and straighten my hair, but it would never work for me because I could never get close enough to my scalp because I'm very what they call tender-headed. Yeah, like I can never get close enough to my scalp to where it would actually flatten out from like root to tip, because I would have these weird like little waves at my roots. But I always
Right,
tried.
let's get back on to what we were supposed to be talking about
Yep,
now.
you're right.
I
Sorry.
want to raise my hand and tell you about something I just learned.
Oh,
Did you
what was it?
know that, okay, so I mean, we're not talking about the BDSM stuff today, but I do want to throw this out there so that people, what? Oh, someone mute. Okay, so there is an actual sexual masochism disorder. It's a disorder, not people who are just into BDSM, but who do it to a detriment of themselves or their lives. Just like there is a sexual sadist disorder for people who gain extreme pleasure from doing things that are bad without consent kind of situation. So when we talk about Dee Dee in the future, this might be something to think about, the sexual masochism disorder. I'm just saying. I don't know her life.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
I
saying
think
it's a
that's
thing.
a big possibility. Yeah, she's a masochist, probably.
Right, but it's there if it's there's a difference between doing it just as your fetish versus doing it at a detriment to your own life.
Where it starts to
Maybe,
interfere
yeah.
with other parts of your actual life.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
sort of think
You know, there was
all
actually
masochism is a
a
detriment to your
guest.
life.
Sorry.
I think masochism is a detriment to your life. I really do. I am not. I am a more I'm dom. I'm not sub, and I'm more sadist than masochist. If you want to put it into those terms,
Right.
it is an alien concept to me. I would rather go the other way. So but
I just didn't
think,
know that it was an actual disorder. Like, I was just shocked. I'm like, oh, I learned something today, you guys.
So
Yeah.
are we saying that? Sorry. So are we saying that Dee Dee actually may be into like a certain niche, I guess you could call it, of BDSM, to where she wants to be she's a sadomasochist.
Yeah.
That she
Right.
actually wants and enjoys this kind of beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I hope to God that's not it. Like, because I've been trying to have as much sympathy for her as I can.
No,
And
don't do
I
that.
can,
No, but that's what I'm saying. It could actually be a disorder.
I would actually
it could,
you know
prefer it
what?
to be
I
that,
can
because then
actually
you're
yeah,
not
see
right?
it.
abusing
To me,
someone who
it
doesn't
sounded
want to be
like, oh,
abused.
Hot
yeah.
ass.
You know what I mean?
You know what? I can actually see it because if you look at that video, how she kept taunting him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just
Exactly.
like, even after the first lick, she
Mm-hmm.
still kept going. Like, you know, most people that are in, you know, that have abuse, you know, in their relationship or in their life, they will, if you're saying something that the person doesn't like and they strike you, you're going to be quiet.
Well, I agree to a certain extent, but
I don't
I'm the
know.
kind of person that's like, okay, I'm going to tempt you, but I'm the kind of person that's going to fight back. But I also
Well,
live
yeah,
in
me
the
too.
So then you're
southern
not a
United
masochist.
States,
Yeah.
and I also know how to use a gun. So
No,
Don't talk about that.
Don't go.
yeah, no, I'm just saying
Thanks.
I don't want to promote any of that, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't see.
No, she definitely is a masochist. Then, oh no, I take that back. She appears to be masochistic, and
Yeah.
Right.
They're in
But
an S and M.
I'm just saying that it could be more than she's just into it, that it could be a problem for her. Is all I'm saying. I'm
Like,
not
maybe she
saying
needs a mental
I'm
health
not
evaluation.
diagnosing nothing. I just learned about it and I was like, oh wow, like okay, like I didn't know that it was like an actual thing.
Like, she might actually need a mental health evaluation.
Right.
That she's actually fully competent
Exactly.
enough to say,
Okay,
no,
so
this is not abuse.
So
Sorry.
they've actually shot themselves in the foot with their responses to both and all of these videos, because Nader's first response was to say it's faked, it's CGI, it's manufactured. But then Dee Dee's also then come out and said, no, this is what we like to do. This is okay. This is fine. I'm okay. So is it fake? and it's made up and it never happened, or it's true but we like it, this is what we do? Which one is it?
I don't know. Wasn't Dee Dee going to post a response, or did she already?
This is what I'm saying. Like, they've lied in either one direction or the other.
They've been lying about a lot of stuff, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
But just, if it is what it is, just say what it is. Like, just, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like pick a lane and stay in it. But for some reason, this is why it seems like there's so many excuses on both of their parts, because they can't come up with one solid strategy on what their excuse is. So it's like either it's fake or it's BDSM. So
It's
pick
fake.
a lane and stay in it, but they can't do that. I don't think it's fake. And I honestly don't think this is a normal version of BDSM at the very least. From what I understand, this isn't quite normal. I think, and you know, Hot Ass could be very right that this is a severe disorder for Dee Dee. Like, this is sadomasochism on a very extreme level. However, I don't think we should be seeing this on a platform, period. If that's
Well,
what it
I'm
is,
just saying,
he needs
because
to be having a serious mental health evaluation. Is what
right. Like I said, I just learned that it was a thing, and I wanted to share, because a lot of people, you know, are like, we don't understand. I'm like, well, this could possibly be an explanation.
I don't think she needs she doesn't need a mental health check. She doesn't.
She just needs someone to move out of her house.
In my experience, can you just let me finish?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In my experience, you don't need a mental health check for it's just something that you're into. Do people need mental health checks for every kink that they're into? That is the question. I don't think so.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But if it's impacting your life, then maybe. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have
like
a hard
other parts.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Dee Dee at this point right now, but I'm also trying to develop opinion based on the fact that I understand what abuse looks like. My mother went through abuse, and she continuously put her head down. She continuously went back to my father when she should not have.
Maybe she was into it.
It scares. I don't think she was into it. I think she just wanted to keep.
Why don't you think she was into it? She kept going back.
Because she was trying to keep her children safe.
That doesn't mean she wasn't into it.
See,
that's the thing. Like, we don't know what other people are doing, because we're not in their heads.
Well,
you know?
I get that. But my mother had made a plan. She came over to our grandparents' house with me. I was maybe 4, almost 5 years old at the time. And her plan was to divorce my father at that point, and that she was going to stay with my maternal grandparents, her parents. We were going to live here, and that would be the end of it. And then she found out she was pregnant with twins. I think the best choice she could have made would have been to stay away and have the twins by herself, and then maybe discuss, custody issues afterwards. But she felt that divorce was not a good option based on how she was raised.
Yeah.
Well, and she also might have been into it, so you can't get away from that fact. You don't know. You don't know.
God she was.
Okay, let's talk about shaved heads.
Let's get away from that, because that's
let's. Yeah. I just wanted to share that.
Power level too much.
No, I get it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to argue with you guys. It's just from my own experience. It's so hard for me to see that she would be into it. Like, and I'm not trying to defend Dee Dee. It's just.
But she is into it. We know, to at least some level. She's had other doms.
I agree. But for it to get to that extent, I feel like maybe
it's not that big of an extent, though.
I know.
It's not in my eye. It's not that big of. I know it's alien to you, but it's not that big of an extent. It really, 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 really isn't. It's completely alien to you, and alien to a lot of people.
No,
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to say there's no point. Well, there is a point to work out why your mum kept going back, but you've got to. And if somebody suggests that, well, maybe she was into it, and you think, I don't think she was. You maybe at some point she was. I know it sounds a really harsh thing to say, but it's a possibility. But anyway, we were asking
I agree.
The title of this panel was, do you believe D2 went to the police? Yeah, I think she did. I really do think that they came for her and asked her to go along with them. And I'm sure she had all the deets there to show that she was in a perfectly happy relationship with this guy, or who all these bitter women or whatever, or ex-internet partners are all getting riled up now. And that she's trying to say, what did she say? Oh, I'm not happy that I was taped and it's being spread about on somebody else's channel. That's what I think they're trying to go for, the people who put these recordings out and also get that channel taken down. That's my inference. That's all.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah. So
everybody
do we
else
think that she
went?
shaved
Yeah.
her own head?
Yeah, everybody else believes that she went. I don't think she'd make that up. Chantal's the one that makes things up. She, Dee sort of plays with the truth and lies by omission.
Yeah, Didi's quite the liar herself, though.
Joanne, can you mute?
I am muted.
Oh, who's mute?
Yeah,
who's
she was
moving?
muted. I was too.
Okay, somebody's making noise. Sorry, it's just really loud.
Is it you?
I think it was
Is it me?
Sorry,
No,
I think it was me. I think it was me. I was shuffling around in my bed.
Dwight, it's all your fault.
You shuffle around in your bed, you naughty girl.
I get that though, because like I work third shift, which here on the East Coast, I'm on the East Coast because I'm in I'll just say it, I don't care, I'm in North Carolina. So for me, working third shift, like this is kind of like my wind down bedtime routine, quote unquote. So I do shuffle around in bed a lot. So I'm trying not to let y'all hear that, but if you do, that's what it is. It's just me shuffling around trying to get comfortable. That's just my position.
There's Cracked Noir in the chat has just said, I've seen people have their stapled with medical staples in
Oh
the
my
dungeon. We
God.
do dramatic shit in BDSM, but we shun people like Nader and spread the word about him in local groups. Yes, that is 100% true, Cracked Noir.
Exactly.
But I know it seems extreme, but
yeah,
I don't know.
guess it seems extreme for me because I've never been into that, and to hear those type of stories, I could just feel the pain.
Yeah, but people who you don't think would love to have their whatnot stapled with a, I don't know, whatever this stapling gun. Yeah, of course, I've heard it before. Yeah, of course, yeah, I have. Yeah, and Nader is using the excuse of BDSM as an excuse. Yeah.
I've never really heard of the labia being stapled, but I have heard of FGM. Because
I've
totally
seen.
different. Oh, totally
I've
different.
seen
I know.
the piercings.
I did a paper on that when I was still in college.
Yeah, that is
that's totally different. Totally different.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I've never heard of labia stapling though. I've never. So is that an actual BDSM kink versus like an actual like mutilation?
I've seen where they pierce.
Mutilation is a kink as well.
Oh Lord.
Anything, if you can think of it, it's been done. And that includes cannibalism and things like that. So
yeah.
When people say things like that.
Yes, the medical kink.
Yes.
That is totally a thing. It is very much a thing.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because I was in school for 2 years. I need a half a year. No, it's associate. So I was in school for a year, and I need another year in a certificate program. But I was in school to become a mortician because I decided to switch from nursing to mortuary science because it's weird how I got there, so I don't want to explain it. But I decided that that's what I wanted to do because I am tired of the medical world. I'm tired of it. It's just BS. But every time I would say to somebody that that's what I was going into, that would be their first response. Oh, do you have a thing for dead people and necrophilia? And I'm like, not everything is a freaking kink.
Did you hear about that woman, the mortician that got pregnant
Are you?
from
No,
her?
please tell me you're kidding. Please
No, I'm not
Please
kidding. It
tell
was
me you're full
last
of it.
year, I think, wasn't it?
Oh my
No wonder
god.
people
It
look at me
wasn't that long
funny.
ago,
I've
Don't
never
come and
heard
knock
that.
in if the hearses are rocking. That type
right?
of thing.
She got charged with like 70 counts or some insane amount of counts of
I mean, and
desecrating a body or whatever.
that's hard to believe because after death, I wouldn't have, from what I understood about anatomy and everything else, I didn't think you could become pregnant. But
Oh yeah, it's possible.
oh my God, so
It's
there's
totally
more.
possible.
So no wonder people look at me like I'm a cretin. Okay.
Well,
I'm just
you
saying that
taught
just
us
made me
something
think of
today,
it.
honey. That's for sure. Because like I've never heard of this kind of stuff right here.
It's
Well, at
probably
least
just
you.
difficult for people to think, why would you deliberately? Because we are innately designed to reject being around things that are deceased. Like it's
Yeah.
a protection thing. So for someone to volunteer to be around dead bodies all the time, it seems like it's going against the norm. That's probably why they don't understand how you could be comfortable with it.
Well, I
More
mean,
so
do you
than
want
there's
to hear
something
my
wrong with you.
explanation of why I
Yeah.
want to, or is that like, I mean, I don't care to, I mean, I don't mind to explain, but I mean, it's something if y'all want to hear real quick. It's not a long story. It's just,
I don't mind hearing it.
So I have been a CNA, a home health private CNA for about 8 years. I did work facility care for 2 months and realized it wasn't for me because it's always understaffed. It's always BS. It's just crap. So for 8 years I've been home health, and most of the time when I'm with a client, I stay with that client until the very end. And I will stay with them through the death and dying phases. So I've worked with hospice, and I have become somewhat of a hospice CNA in my own way because I've learned to take care of people in the last stretch, the home stretch as we call it. And for me, it's something that is so very spiritual. There's nothing weird about it. It just seems very spiritual, and I'm not religious myself, but there's something very calming and spiritual about helping somebody reach that very last stage of life. And I thought maybe I want to be a hospice nurse.
You
But
could be a
no,
death doula. Do you know what that is?
no, I get what you're saying. Yes, I'm
No,
very much.
it's an actual job, a death doula. It's someone to help comfort the person that is passing.
It
It
sounds a
helps.
lot like a hospice nurse, but yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's an actual job. It's a death doula.
See,
A
I actually
person
didn't
who,
realize that exists, but it
yeah,
definitely sounds like something. And that's kind of why I want to become a mortician, because there's a level of respect I think that the deaths do deserve, because there's so many other theories out there. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's some people saying you can take cremains and you turn it into this pod that becomes a tree. And I'm just like, don't tell people that, because once you become cremated, you are inorganic. You're not going to turn into anything. You're not even going to help nutrient this tree to become anything.
do you watch Ask a Mortician?
Yes, I do.
She's all into
Oh
that
my God, I
natural.
love.
Yes,
I
she's
love
She's
my
her
so
channel.
cool,
She's my inspiration, actually.
I love her
right?
channel.
And I love her because she's so much like me. We love the historical facts. Like, I love studying or learning anything I can about ancient Egyptians and how they mummified their dead. I love finding out all about these different death, cultures that existed years before we were ever even thought of. My dream job would be to be an Egyptologist, but I'm fat and I probably would not do very well in, that hot climate. But all things considered, I just think it's so interesting and so informative and just so fulfilling to want to help people reach that point in their life and to respect them and to give them that full dignity that they deserve in the very final stages of life. I also
Yeah.
find it very comforting to be able to help the families in the very end and help them process.
I would research being a death doula. That sounds more like what you're looking to do versus a mortician, which is only dealing with people after they've passed.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, that does sound like something I will definitely research, but I don't like working with people.
They give me people give me.
You don't want them to
Stop
talk
laughing
back.
at me.
Okay, no, I get it. No, trust me, I get it.
People give me anxiety. Okay.
Hi everyone.
Laughing at me.
Hi everybody.
No,
Hey,
I feel
Farida.
bad.
How are you
Hi,
guys?
Farida.
How you doing?
Hi.
Good. How are you?
Hi,
I'm
Farida.
good. I had to
Rita,
run.
Hi,
hello.
Farida.
I was setting up a lemonade stand for my nieces, and I had to run away because I couldn't take it anymore. It was too much. I want to just say something. Just if you don't mind, just to go back for Joanna or Joanne. I'm sorry, your name's not coming up. Is it Joanna?
You can just call me Joe or JoJo. It's fine.
Okay, Joe. I know I wanted to say you don't need to apologize with all due respect to anybody, but I was hearing, and I hope you guys don't mind just to rewind a little bit, just speaking about your mom. I think other people also felt the same way. You did not have to apologize to nobody just because you don't know what your mom was going through. And I've known people,
Right.
I know somebody that her daughter, she was, molested by the stepdad and everything, and the mom, and the mom was abused, and he was a drunk and all that, and she took him back. But it was like a lot of these women, they just we don't know the situations they're in or what they're thinking to themselves, and so, and you don't know what your mom is thinking also at that time, so you don't even have to apologize at all for that. That's number
God, you're gonna make me cry, but
oh no, and then I see that
no, I get it. No,
I want you to know
Thank you.
you're an amazing. Also, I'm I should be Canadian. I apologize all the time for everything.
Me too.
I'm always like, I'm sorry, and I'm learning not to do that. I'm trying. Like, why did I just apologize for that? Like anything. Oh, I'm sorry. But I want to just say you're an amazing person, and I noticed that you apologize, and I don't think you know that you're awesome. You don't need to, how you said I won't do good in that field because I'm fat or whatever. You are an amazing person, and nobody, I'm sure, I don't know what you went through in the past, but I'm sure a lot of people think you're amazing, and I want you to stop saying these things to yourself, just the negative things to yourself, because
Right.
apologize.
I agree.
You seem like you're very articulate, very intelligent, smart, and I'm sure anybody would be very lucky to have you as a friend. All of us, I'm speaking
Right.
for
We get sucked into that negative self-talk thing,
yeah, we all. I'm guilty of it, but felt bad when I heard her say that, because her mom, we don't know. I mean, we what women going through, you know what I mean? And just another point, just really quickly about, I think everybody probably agrees about this with Nader and D2. If it was BDSM, I'm sure some people are ashamed, depending on who you're around, to say, oh yeah, this is what we like to do. You know how some people swing or do this or do that, but I don't think that, like, if it was really BDSM, I would have said that from day one, because they don't seem like these people that are shy. I wouldn't have said fake, like, for them to say now, fake. I don't know what they told the police. I heard her just I forgot what, if she had mentioned. I did hear her talk a little bit, Dee, about like, oh, the police, I went to see them, and something about that the police were shocked. I don't know if she told them it was BDSM, but yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous to even think that it is BDSM, because nobody's gonna say, oh, it's fake, and then keep changing their story.
Yeah.
Well, first off,
it's definitely not BDSM. It really, really isn't. But if it's their brand of BDSM, well, that's fine. And I suppose we're being a bit disingenuous to them to say that the way that they're living their life is bad. But we don't want them to label it with BDSM, and they will, and they'll keep doing it because it means something, and it puts a good label, even though a lot of people are into BDSM, but it does put a good label on, which will infuriate the BDSM community so much, and I totally understand that. they are doing their thing, and they are not going to lose their YouTube channels because of it. And I just don't think that we should be even hoping and praying that that will happen.
Like, okay, so my suggestion about the whole thing is that Monty try to get in touch with Philip DeFranco, their people, because they've got people who vet stories and stuff for his show. So, and of anybody, he should be the one to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that all three of them, this has just gone so off the rails to a place that should never be allowed on YouTube. And I think because he's helped to deplatform a few people in the past, he would be a real good one to talk to about it.
Yeah, I've heard of him before.
Yeah, I've heard of him before, but I'm don't want to be on Nader's side here, but he's not put any of that on his YouTube channel.
The whole situation is funky.
It is, isn't it? It's really annoying. I mean, I would love that to happen, but I really like with Foodie, with him. Like I said last week, if he was going to lose his channel over something like this, it would have been done over a week ago, and it's not. Here we are into the new week. Are we? Oh no, it's Friday. Oh, I don't know where I am, but
I know.
You know,
I'm like, what date is it? Oh yeah, okay.
By the way, he reminds me. I know this is going to be weird to hear. He reminds me when I hear about how he goes to Dee Dee's mom. Right away in my mind, I go to Little Red Riding Hood. Like he goes there. You know, he's all. You know, he goes there and he's like, he's the wolf, and she's like, she doesn't know that he's the monster, right? He's dressed up as this, like, you know, he's a con artist, and you know, and she's like feeling him, what big teeth you have. And I'm, you know, and it's like eerily scary. He's like, what, you know, to eat you with. And he said, I eat people. It's like, I know that sounds terrible, but I'm like, he doesn't know how horrible what her daughter is with a monster. And he goes there, you know, dressed as, you know, I know that's like, it's a weird comparison, but I don't know why when I would hear that story that he would go see the mom, she has no idea who this man, this monster
really is,
and,
right?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. Yeah, it's a very good comparison. It's something like that. But someone was saying in the chat that, well, where are you again? Sorry, is it Koya TV? Monty just had them up on. Oh, sorry, I can't find the.
Oh, she said Dee Dee admitted that she was recorded unknowingly. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm sure she would know that Nader records stuff, and that being recorded unknowingly, I'm not sure about that. I think that's could be her being misleading there. It obviously wasn't BDSM. She asked if the
Oh yeah, she did say, I remember her saying, I said, I apologize, I interrupted. She said the only crime was that I was recorded on that's what she had said in her channel. You know, I just forgot that part if she had told them, but I'm sure they know way more. They have so many things. I mean, she even said, oh, they pulled their suitcase or something like that. Remember, she's about, oh, their files. And I know they're acting like this, especially Nader right now. He's acting all smug, or, you know, but you could tell there's something behind. You could tell I'm sure he's scared because, I mean, come on. They deep down know that the cops are not stupid. The police are not stupid to think that's BDSM. The only thing, I don't know how the law is, because I know when I lived in California, I remember my friend, she called the police on her husband, and then immediately her ex, now he was abusive, and then immediately wanted to call the detective and immediately wanted to, dismiss the charges. And they said, sorry, too late, because they knew there was already evidence of abuse. I don't know how Canada law is, because it was her recorded, you know, in recording, saying that she didn't go to the police and say, yes, he did this. Yes, he did. I don't know how the law is in terms of them hearing abuse that went on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that works there.
The police haven't really got a case, though, have they? Have they? I can't. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know, but I can't see. I can't
know.
see it.
I know
Really?
here in Texas.
I
I know
pray
here
there's
in
other
Texas, if a person is arrested for domestic violence or some type of assault, then the state will pick up the charges, even if you try to go and remove the charges or dismiss the charges from the person. The state will pick it up.
But there's no domestic violence, is there?
No, I'm just saying that as example.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't mean it was them, but I'm just saying.
I'm sure I know what you're saying, Curl, and I am sure, in fact, Curl, that if I think that the authorities in Canada would like to do some arresting, but there's nothing really to grab hold of. So that's why, because Dee Dee said that they had a big file, didn't they, with it all, with everybody.
Yes, she did. And you know what? I know, obviously, you know how when there's a criminal being investigated, let's just say, he does it unbeknownst to them or what. I know that they usually, the detectives and everything, they go, when they're ready to arrest, they want to make sure they have as much evidence as they can. I mean, everything, every corner, you know what I mean? They want to make sure they can gather as much evidence against the person, because usually you'll have one shot and then you don't want to mess up the case. So they're probably, who knows if they probably went, to other women that his exes, maybe they're trying to, dig up things on him or trying to, we don't know. I mean, I hope so. I could only pray that I hope these women are strong enough to come forward and, cooperate and just try to put him away, because this man does not deserve one day out. He deserves to rot in jail for just the way he, the horrible things he's done. I'm sure more than this. If this is like a little video we saw, right? I mean, imagine the other women that and I do believe also even Chantal, the stuff he's done to her. We don't know what happened there.
Yeah, of course. They'll be hanging. They'll want him. And so they play a long game, don't they, the police? And they build a case file until they have got enough, as you said, enough to actually make a charge with, and you actually have a chance of winning.
They want as many charges as possible to be able to stick. And thank you, Zola. I appreciate that.
What I don't understand is, why was Chantal kind of speculating that he may have been in jail yesterday?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna.
It was one of the bees just randomly saying shit like they always do. Just make random shit up, and then people run with it with zero evidence.
Yeah, I even had to ask.
That's what I was. Okay, sorry.
Well, one of the reaction channels, the reason I asked the chat and Monty was, I just wanted to know right away, because I didn't see anything else when I woke up in the morning. Right away I tuned into Monty and I asked right away to see. Okay, because is it Breezy? I think her channel. Her title wasn't. He was arrested. It was like a question mark thing, like, I can't remember exactly. So then I thought, what was he? So that's why I just asked right away to see if if there's something that I don't know. But that's true. A lot of people say something and people run with it.
And she believes everything people say, though. That's the thing. How can she just believe something that somebody has typed in her chat and run with it?
Because that's her. Those are her best friends, her therapists, her confidant, her everything.
Right.
I mean, her doctors her doctors. Remember, she asks medical questions. She doesn't go to the doctors. She goes to her
insane, in my opinion.
They fuel her delusion, don't they? They really fuel her delusion. She gets something out because they help her perpetuate this delusion, and they help her see her delusion as a separate entity that is hoodwinking the real Chantal all this time, and has been for years and years, probably since the time she was born.
Yeah, and then you notice in her. I'm sorry. Do you notice in her chat? The funny thing is, obviously, I know they're her diehard fans and everything, but you see a lot of the times, like, let's just say she ate too much or something or whatever. like you'll see these people egging her on, like, yeah, no, go order, go get food, go eat, go take us here, go. Every time
let's order McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like these people, most of them are trolls. It's a train wreck. People love to see a train wreck, and unfortunately there are people out there that don't want to see, they just want to see what else they can. Come on, let's, they want to see more drama, more,
I think they feed into her delusion.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I also wanted to say, thank you so much, Farida, for what you said earlier about my mother and everything. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. It's nothing.
No, I wanted to say thank you. Because I helped her get out of a second abusive relationship, and it wasn't because she liked it. It was because he had literally taken her form of transportation, her credit cards from her, and I was at the age where I was able to step in and come and get her and help her get out of that situation. Anyway, so I wanted to say thank you. It did make me tear up, so I'm sorry.
Oh, you're welcome. I feel bad. I don't want you to cry.
No, I'm gonna cry because it's my mom.
Of course.
We've been through so much, and I know a lot of teenagers, especially, that have fights, and they're like, "Oh my god, I hate my mom so much," and I just, for the life of me, I could never imagine.
No, you seem like I'm sure you're an amazing daughter, and you need to also take care of yourself, because
I know,
even if you were at the age that you were old enough to do so, that was probably a lot on you, a lot of burden on you as the child, because it's usually our parents that are the ones taking care of us, and for you to step in, I'm sure
I'm used to taking care of others.
Yeah, so you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah. It sucks, but I'm used to taking care of her, and I'm used to taking care of my grandparents, her parents, my maternal grandparents, I guess you could say.
See, you're amazing. That's what I said.
I'm their power of
right.
attorney. I'm not amazing. I'm just.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. You have to tell yourself.
You got to get out of that.
Yes.
I'm not this. I'm ugly. No. You have to get out of that. You are a beautiful person. You're beautiful inside and out. Stop saying that.
That's a good question.
You're not this person. Yes, you are.
Oh God! Stop it! I don't want to get emotional on a panel.
I respect you a lot because I had two parents that went through hospice, and I respect any CNA, nurse, anybody that take care of people to help them, be comfortable transitioning. And I respect that a lot out of you. You are a great person. Not many people can handle that kind of job, but you can. It's something about you where you take compassion onto these people, and you're actually putting your all into this. So don't say you're not a great person. Yes, you are.
Thank you. Oh gosh, thank you.
Don't cry.
I'm trying not to.
It's okay.
I'm trying not to, but God, thank you. That's not what this was supposed to be about. I was just trying to say thank you but thank you. Because sometimes it's a thankless job in most ways, in aspects. I'm sure you know, or most people know or don't know.
And I'm sure your family, your mom, your grandparents, I am sure they are very, very thankful and appreciate you, and for everything that you do for them.
Right. I hope so. I mean, my grandpa wasn't very happy. Again, I'm their power of attorney, and I had to have him put into a rehab facility after his neck fusion surgery. He had a spinal fusion, and I say neck because it was between the C2 and the C4. So he had to have that spinal fusion done, I think, right at the beginning of COVID. And I was afraid of him coming home and having an accident and me not being there or me not being able to take care of him. So I was like, look, you need to go to a rehab facility, stay at least 2 weeks. He hated me for it. But I was like, I'm your power of attorney. You ain't got much choice. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's the best thing for him. You did that.
Can I address what Tommy said in the chat?
Yes, sorry.
Does it even matter to the police? Several Canadians have said that BDSM isn't within legal parameters, and therefore even enacted with contracts are not protected. It's still assault. That's true. Contracts, I think BDSM contracts aren't legally they're not meant for anybody else other than the people within the contracts. I think it's not, the contract isn't for anybody else to see. I think it's just for the people who are engaged in that contract, that they have those lines set out for themselves and guidelines for themselves. So it is assault. It is assault. How does that work? I do not know how that works.
From what I understand, there has been actually since, and I'm not trying to blame the book, but since the release of 50 Shades of Grey, there has actually been an increase of deaths that are quote unquote classified as BDSM accidents, and upwards of like 300%. And you can
But that is not even that is just glorified nonsense. That
no, I agree. No, I agree with what
it
you're
is.
saying.
Yeah.
So that's
But you're right. You're totally right. The interest has gone up, which makes everybody in the BDSM community's eyes roll. Go, oh, not somebody else on the bandwagon. But a lot of people are more interested in it, and some people haven't got a clue what they're talking about. Yeah, Melanie says, "Lol, BDSM contracts aren't legally binding.
I
manipulate naive subs into abusive situations." That's true. That's true. So, but yeah, the police aren't bothered about the contracts. They're not. They just want to know. But if somebody said, "Oh, there's a picture, there's a film of you being hit and you're crying," and they go and interview the people on that film, and they go, "Oh yeah, that was just us doing a scene." There's nothing they can do about it.
Now, Skinny Queen did notice something, though, just going back to what we were talking about, Nader going to jail. And I noticed it too. And I thought maybe it was just me, but when she did the stream, she captured it. Chantal's energy flattened the second she saw the comment regarding potentially Nader going and being in jail or being spoken to by the police. Her whole energy dipped and dropped. So for someone who doesn't care or is so unbothered by him and wouldn't want to have anything to do with him, it was a very strange reaction. It wasn't in line with what she says she's feeling, which we know is all bluster and bluff and a lie. But she did not even attempt to conceal it whatsoever. She looked shaken.
Oh yeah, she was not happy about hearing him possibly be taken into custody. Her energy, she was like talking, then all of a sudden you could tell she went way down in energy.
In my opinion, and I know this is going to differ from most of you, and I'm sorry, but I feel like after seeing that last video, and what Nader has put her through, I feel like he's probably threatened her mother, especially. I don't know about her brother. I don't know, because I've heard on and off theories that he's a recluse, this, that, or the other. It doesn't matter. I feel like Nader has used her mother as a threat, and I think that's kind of why Dee Dee is so invested in this situation. It's not, maybe not necessarily because of her own fear, because of the fear that she has for her mother's life. Because Nader
But
knows
what's Chantal's reason? Why does Chantal want him so bad? I just don't get it.
Because I think for her, for me anyway, it just seems like she sees him as an Adonis, which I still don't get. I'm a big girl myself, and I look at him and I see, ew. But I guess for her, maybe that's something, because of, I don't know if it has something to do with her own self-esteem or whatever, but it just doesn't make sense to me that she would still want to go back to him. But I definitely think that she's still waiting on him. There's something that doesn't make sense to me, because I've heard theories and rumors that she still owns his channel. She's the one that gets his AdSense and then pays it back to him.
Monty was talking about that yesterday. I don't think she still does. I think she did at one point, but the AdSense is in his name.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I was just saying rumors, theories. I'm not 100% up to date because, to be honest, sometimes watching this stuff makes me feel more down than I already am. So
don't let it. that
I have to be careful
if it
until
starts making you feel down, just remember that's their life and your life is better. And all you can do is keep working on your life.
No, you're right. You're right. Like,
watch Chantal for the lols, because there's such a lot to laugh at. That's all I do. Don't let her have any influence at all on how you're feeling, because just don't let it. You're better than that. Don't let her do that to you. But no, I don't. No, I don't think Chantal's got anything to do with Nader's channel now. But I agree with Hot Ass that she did it at first. Definitely, there was something there. She gave him a leg up as much as Chantal give anybody a leg up. But
yeah, I just want to, if you guys don't mind, I just want to mention.
Hello?
We
I
lost
think you kind of
you.
went out a little bit.
Yep. So Rita, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Can you hear me now? Oh,
yeah.
Can you guys?
You keep going in and out, Farida.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you want to drop out and come back in again and make a new connection. It sometimes happens. We all fall out sometimes.
Yeah, we'll wait for Farida. I guess she's gonna drop anytime, and we'll wait a few minutes.
Yeah.
Other than that, was there anything else?
Monty, there was actually a question I wanted to ask you, if you're okay with that.
Okay, what's the question?
So I'm asking, I don't know if you've, and I'm sorry, it's because I try to distance myself sometimes when I feel like I'm maybe over obsessed, but are you still planning on going to Nader's August the 3rd trial, or whatever it is, like going to the court?
Yeah, I'm still going there because I told everybody I'm going there, so I am going because people
No, I'm
were,
not. I'm not saying that. I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Path.
Yeah, it's all I've set aside some time for, to travel and to show up and everything. So I'm trying to really understand what's really going on. So I'm still showing up.
No, and I do appreciate that, because a lot of us don't know the full extent, because of course we can't expect Nader to be honest with us. So my question is, on top of that, are you going to record, or are you just going to take notes? Like, how would you
I would have to just take notes.
Yeah, they don't usually let you.
There's no recording
right.
In the courtroom unless it's a high profile case, then they'll allow it. So I'm just gonna have to, relay my observances on what's going on.
No, I just want to be sure, because I know that laws may differ between here in the U.S. and Canada. So I just wanted to be sure on what was going on. So I just wanted to make sure that you were still on board with your original game plan.
Lynn Smith has got some news. She's saying that Chantal is in love. Lynn Smith.
Cool.
Oh God, she is in love now.
She's always in love. Fantastic.
Yeah. I have a question, Monty. Did you look up and see if you had any more charges?
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to because it's been so busy. Like I said, I didn't expect you to be on early in the morning, so I'm going to check right after this. So yeah, and after this, I guess I'm going to catch up with more Foodie Beauty content. Farida, what did you have to ask? Farida, if you're there. All right, Farida is gone again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something when I leave. Okay, this is how stupid. When I go to a different browser, even though I could hear you guys, I'm assuming that this is how I'm not a boomer, but I'm assuming that you can't hear me anymore. Is that what it is? When you go to I'm on my iPhone. If I go somewhere else, it doesn't is that how it works?
You best just staying on the StreamYard
browser. I was just closing something out, I guess. No, I all I was gonna say was that I was doing some digging about the when we talked before about the BDSM the contracts, and it definitely, there's actually even a website called bdsmcontracts.org, and it's there's all this like information, and it definitely says that it's not a binding contract, that the only thing that it's you won't be able to bring it to in front of a judge, because this is basically it's illegal, like consensual, how do they say it, slavery. Like that's not legal. And, you know, it just defines that it's basically between you and defines your role in the relationship, etc. So, if anybody wants more information, it's a cool website. It was just talks about, all this stuff about, you know, legality and everything.
Mm-hmm. Good. That's good to know. I didn't know that.
So yeah, that's why even when he would say like, it's weird that, you know, I thought, okay, so Chantal, I don't know if you guys believe it or not. Like, I'm surprised she didn't sign. You know how she said, you know how Dee signed, and she said, oh, I didn't sign, or I was even surprised because she does everything for him and anything, you know. So and in my mind right away, I've always thought, even before researching this, I've always thought like there's no way this is legal. I mean, I always felt it was just something between amongst the, you know, people participating, just to kind of say, like I was mentioning, the roles of it. But I don't know if he thought in his mind like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, just say this is you know, this is all you know, agreed upon and stuff like that. But I'm surprised that like, do you guys think actually Chantal didn't sign one?
Yeah, I don't think she signed
I don't think she did.
No.
I'm just surprised.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
Saying she wants slaves. UK Frost just coming that Chantal wants slaves.
So I heard
stupid woman.
She said what?
She wants slaves.
Who? Chantal?
Oh, Chantal.
Wow, Chantal, really? You want slaves?
Well, she was calling him, not that, I mean, I want to call him a bunch of names too, but she went you know, she's calling him camel something. And I thought, okay, I've been called before, you know, in high school when I moved here, like camel jockey, whatever, you know, because I'm Middle Eastern. And I'm like, okay, Chantal, you always have to go take the racist route. Like certain things you don't be saying, you know, I mean, but then again, look what she said about the school shooting. And oh my God, I just like, she's an idiot. She can't, you know, she's an idiot.
She is. You're right. You're 100% right.
I mean, even when she says about her dates, and I was sitting there, you know, the guy said she's a baby, and I told him I have a YouTube channel. I'm like thinking, did you not learn? I mean, what's wrong with you? Like, it's like she right away, she wants them to like her. So immediately it's funny how she talks all this talk. And then she was in her car and there was these like quote unquote hot dudes, which, you know, are hot dudes in her definition. I don't know what, you know, her hot is different than my hot. Not, you know, like she thought remember Nader was hot or whatever, but
if they're male, they're hot.
Yeah,
that's
and then
all
she
it
was
is. That's
like,
her.
She was at the Orange Julep. I don't know where. I seen it at somebody's reaction channel, like a little clip, and there was these guys outside of the car, and she turned completely like changed, and she didn't want to even get out of the car to get the food because she was like, "Oh my God, hot."
She was embarrassed.
And I'm like, well, you talk all this talk, and you act like this. You're this sexual being, and oh my God, and you know, it's like, and then the guys are outside. You couldn't even go outside of your car to go get your food. So I don't believe her.
It's because those are real life guys.
Yeah, it's all
real life guys are different. Okay, but I gotta go, you guys. So thank you for everything. Thank you, Monty. Mwah. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Monty, I have a question. It's an easy one. Are you there? Oh, I'm sad now.
Oh, maybe he stepped away really quick or something?
He might have stepped away. That's okay. I'll ask it later. It's not a big deal. It's just a little question. Just a little quirky question. That's okay.
Does anybody know how far he needs to drive? Like, is it far from him, the court for August 3rd?
Isn't it in Gatineau?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think
wait, no.
Is it in Gatineau? No.
Wait a minute. You know what? Yes, because he was in Gatineau at the time it happened. So I don't know if it happened in Gatineau, but that's where he lived when it happened.
Well, I think it's about, I don't know 100%, but I've heard him say like from Toronto to Ottawa, it's like 2 hours. I want to say I think either 2 or 4
Toronto to
hours.
Ottawa can be 4 to 5 hours, depending.
4 to
Just
5.
if you,
Okay.
if you,
That's why I said 2 to 4 hours. I'm not 100% sure. I remember you saying something like that.
Monty, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Can you pick 2 colors, please?
All right, purple or blue?
Purple and blue?
Or blue.
Or blue. Okay. Thank you.
All right, great. So
I just wanted 2 colors. That was it. That
Are
was
you
my
okay,
question.
Monty?
yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need some rest, babe. Monty
Yeah,
sound like
so
he needs some
like I
rest.
said, I actually gotta go check whether or not anything new's been brought. I don't think so. But I'm still on August 3rd, like I said, still showing up, and we'll see what happens, but everything's all booked.
You
and
make sure you be careful, because I'm this is
yeah, I'll
real
be
life.
fine. Yeah,
Right.
that's for sure. But no, I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's okay. But we'll wrap this up. Crack Nor, if you want to get in touch with me, we can do the BDSM stream, have some knowledge go out there into the ether, since there's a lot of misconceptions that a lot of people have in terms of many things involved in the alternative lifestyle. So if you want to do that, fine by me. Just contact me, Instagram or Twitter. I'll be around. Other than that, if anybody else wants to say anything to wrap this up.
No, I'm good. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for
Dorothy.
having me. Oh,
yeah, for sure. I thank you everybody that was here, wasn't here. Oh, Dwight Cookie, you had another video. Like, your videos are doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I tried something new today and I'm so embarrassed because my editing skills are so bad, but I tried.
Okay, I'll put your channel up as I always do with everybody else.
You don't have
I'm
to do that.
enjoying
Cookie,
You don't
I
have to do that.
gotta subscribe to your channel. I'm definitely gonna.
Nobody
Yeah, I
has
just
to.
subscribed to yours yesterday.
No, I know we don't have to, but I want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm enjoying your content, Doe.
Thanks. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I don't know.
Cool.
But thanks, guys. Thanks, Monty. Thank you.
All right, then. Take care, everybody. Thank you,
right.
Skinny Queen, the Connections for Rita, Joanna, Dwight Cookie, Hot Ass, and everybody else. Take care. Have a good one, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Cat.